First in the tank is a way to invest like the rich and famous.
Rich and famous.
Hi, Sharks. I'm Nikki.
I'm Lucy. And I'm Victoria.
And we're from San Francisco, California, where the rent is high
and so are our ambitions.
We're seeking $250,000 for 2.5% equity in our company, Parrot Finance.
Sharks, let's talk about investing. Right now, if you want access to the best investment strategies, you need to be rich. Like sending pop star into outer space rich.
That's right. Wall Street is a gated community, while the rest of us are stuck outside, shaking the fence like, please, sir, may I have a diversified portfolio?
Meanwhile, the 1% are printing money and we're stuck with the savings account collecting dust. And that's why we created Parrot Finance, an investing platform that lets everyday people mimic top-tier professional investors like hedge funds, insider CEOs, and politicians. Because for decades, only the wealthy had access to these investing strategies. Now, you do too.
Here's how it works. Connect your brokerage account, discover and subscribe to high-performing portfolios with proven returns, and view exclusive investment activity. So when Mr. Wonderful buys a stock, you get alerted and can choose to mimic that trade instantly. It immediately goes into your connected brokerage account. It's that simple.
The rich keep getting richer, and we let you in on their secrets. Now you can have your own mini Mr. Wonderful in your pocket. Only less grumpy. We partner up with all the major North American brokerages to make it seamless and secure. Because smart investing shouldn't be just for the ultra rich.
So Sharks, who's ready to ruffle some feathers
and parrot the pros with Parrot Finance?
Wow.
And we are back. Season finale. I am your host, Dave, a 10+ year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from patents, copyrights, trademarks, as well as trade secrets. And something is telling me that this episode, they saved the best for last. Let's just say that. So we get it and kicked off with the banger, $10 million valuation, $250,000 for 2.5%. That's pretty substantial. Now the three things that I look for, plus a bonus one, is how simple is it. Look, they're not making this. They're making this as simple as possible. And I got a brokerage account. I got a Fidelity. Fidelity is not paying me to say this, but I do have a Fidelity brokerage account. And this essentially is, again, you're linking your brokerage account to the platform, and to the extent that one of these high-powered individuals make an investment or a trade or whatever the case may be, then you're alerted and you can kind of mimic what they do, which, man, I don't know. It's kind of good and bad at the same time, because now you almost can be on, I don't want to say you can be on the hook, but it's almost like, okay, if this person, because not all investments make money, but to the extent that an investment or trade doesn't make money or doesn't pan out, are you kind of upset? And they almost take the onus off of you as an individual who are investing and kind of put it on other people that you're trying to mimic their investment. I love the name, actually, Parrot. Parrot talking is copying you. So I love the fact that they have the Parrot name in a title. I think that's pretty clever, kind of based on what it's doing. But again, it's kind of pretty simple in terms of the use for the end user, you and I. How effective is it? Man, it better be effective. $10 million valuation, like I said before, $250,000, 2.5%. It better be effective. So we'll see whether or not it's making money. And hey, to the extent, especially Mr. Wonderful, he can kind of care less on kind of the ins and outs of it. But if it's making money, that's going to pique not only his, but the other sharks' curiosity. And then what's the market like? Now, there are obviously brokerage accounts. I don't think brokerage accounts are the competitor in this case. It's whether or not, essentially, again, these platforms that are essentially connecting you with the big dog who's making the trade. And at the end of the day, I think they're talking about kind of being able to get access to kind of what the 1% is doing. At the end of the day, I think you're going to have to make money. I was talking to one of my tenants out on some property, and they were saying how it takes money to make money. And I think I agree with that. It's going to be tough unless you're just kind of following Nancy Pelosi, which, that's a whole nother situation. You follow what she's going to do, and you're going to make a ton of money. So maybe this is good for that. But to the extent that you're trying to make money and you kind of don't have a lot of money, still invest, obviously, but it's just going to take a long term. It's not like you're going to get a get-rich-quick scheme, and you can kind of do that by just investing in like a SPY or VOO Vanguard index fund, and over the long haul, you're going to be better off than what you started. But to the extent that you're thinking you're going to make $100,000, $200,000 in a year or in 5 years, you're going to have to put in money to do that. That's kind of my 2 cents on that. But again, it doesn't appear, not that I'm aware of, that they have some competitors in the market. And then the fourth and the final thing, the bonus features, are they protecting their intellectual property? Now, that's a ton of trademarks out there for Parrot. And I kind of was searching, and I didn't kind of see one that kind of stood out for me that would point that this is theirs, but they may have a trademark on the name. Now, whether or not they have some trade secrets on kind of the algorithm of the back end, I'm not sure. And it seems pretty straightforward in terms of what they're doing. I would imagine that it comes up with the sharks as far as the moat to keep others out from what it is, so that you and I can't just start doing this tomorrow. So I would imagine that they have some trade secrets applicable for that purpose. And those are some of my initial thoughts, man. Let me know what you guys think. Season 17, episode 18, the season finale. That like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. I want to pull this thing back up and see if these three lovely ladies get a deal. Let's go.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my
Then I got the Parrot.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you're making it rain. Okay. There we go.
Oh, my God.
I love it.
Good job, ladies. The first thing that
It's still
comes
going.
Still squawking.
the first thing that comes to my mind is, how are you getting the information, and what about the privacy for the client?
Yeah, so we have two ways to get information. One through 13F filings, which is government data and reported. And the second is through bespoke custom partnerships we do with funds.
So you're just taking the public data, scraping it, and saying this person either bought or sold. So,
Correct.
okay, so that's public information. You're just organizing it. But if I'm the brokerage company, I also sell advisory services. Why would I want you little teenagers telling me it's free?
So before you answer, I know this space so well. I invested in Robinhood and Coinbase and all these. They direct flow, trading flow to these brokerage houses and get a commission every time they bring a client in that directs that flow.
Is there anything like this right now, Rashawn?
Yeah, so this is interesting. First of all, I'm fired up about it because I love fintech. It's kind of like my thing, right? I'm trying to figure out if this is just a cool feature that a Robinhood can add, or if you guys actually have a real business behind it.
Do you have anything protectable about it?
Yeah, so the biggest thing here is with the 13F filings, it is public information.
Yep.
However, it's extremely hard for the average person to be able to access this data because it's very messy and it's not aggregated
Hedge
well.
funds do it right now.
Yes. but
Retail does not do it.
Cannot
You're
do
trying to
it.
democratize it so that the
Yes,
average
and
user
make
can
it
do
readable, digestible, so people
Yeah.
looking on their phones will get an alert, and
And
it's very
actionable.
actionable. You're able to
Right.
basically take action by mimicking it
Yeah.
and customize that trade, so you're not blindly putting
Hence Parrot.
$5,000. There you go.
Parroting.
Yes.
I got
you
it.
go.
Why is it Parrot? Because
Yes.
you're parroting it.
So it's customizable. I can choose to put $10 in this.
And how many
$50
users do
in
you
this.
have so far?
Yes, so we launched last year, and since then we've gained 25,000 users with
Wow.
85 million assets connected into
That's
Parrot.
very impressive.
How do you make money?
Yes. So the biggest way we make money right now is through subscription model, a monthly fee. It ranges from $8 to $15 a month, depending on the bundle, whether it's CEOs, politicians, hedge funds.
What's your customer acquisition cost?
So of the 25,000 customers that require, about 60% of them came from organic. So right now we have about 50,000
Oh, she's speaking my
followers
language right now.
across our
Oh,
socials.
yes, speaking my
I love
language.
that
Pay you
word,
the $8 a month.
organic.
Viral coefficient. I love it. I love it.
So we have 50,000 across our socials, and we
Okay.
have millions of impressions across all our socials as well. 40% of that is through paid acquisition. So like that's paid advertisements and influencer marketing.
Just to understand a little bit about your backgrounds, because it's so impressive what you
Right.
built.
Yeah.
So
And
impressive.
you look very young. Are you as young as you
Definitely
look? Or
look
you just
young.
We're older.
I
Eat a
wish
lot of
we
kind
were
bars.
actually teenagers. Thank you.
Then I gave you a great compliment.
Thank you. So we all have experience in top financial firms. I worked in the private equity world before this, and then I went into the consulting world and then a hedge fund. So I was at a $20 billion hedge fund.
Amazing.
And so it really inspired me to go into the space and build for this.
So I actually worked at a large investment bank where I actually partnered with a lot of hedge funds working on the prime broker side. And Victoria and I are actually twin sisters, if you can't tell.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm a third sister.
So I guess my background is very similar to Lucy's, but I come from an engineering background. It's a very male-dominated field, but did product and engineering at various companies from small to like really large tech companies.
You three are so inspiring.
Thank you
I'll
so
tell you what's
much.
really
Thank
impressive
you.
is your valuation. Why do you think you're worth $10 million?
10 million.
It's a great question. Well, we have the
You
traction.
bet it's a great question.
We have the traction in such short little time with limited resources, and we have scaled our AUM up to 85 million in just a few months. So we know the potential here. We can get
But it's
billions
not really
of
your
dollars.
AUM. It's sitting on the
Assets
brokerage
connected,
account.
yes. But it's
also,
assets
Nikki, when you say
connected to
assets
Parrot.
connected-
I understand why it's important.
But in the real world, that doesn't really justify that valuation. What are your sales?
So we were founded just a few months ago, about 5 to 6 months
Really?
ago. Yeah, we launched. We were in
Congratulations.
development for quite a bit, so a year before that. Actually, we were a freemium model till now, and we were kind of ramping up our user base, and now we just switched on pricing not too long ago.
Okay, so you really don't know your sales yet.
But we do have
It's-
projections, and so
what's
we're
your
on track for
projections?
1 million in the next 12 months.
You know, Warren Buffett many, many years ago made a bet that if you invested in an index, you would outperform all these hedge fund managers. And nobody was able to actually beat a standard passive index. So why are you so confident that this is a better opportunity than just buying an index?
So these funds kind of offer diversification, risk hedging, and then in addition to that, there's just different ranges of investments that they can focus on. So I think it gives people more personality into their investments.
I don't think people are interested solely for returns. I think people are interested because they see politicians making trades, they see hedge funds making trades. People understand the
Exactly.
volatility and they don't trust financial advisors. Who invested and how much have you raised?
So we've raised to date about 2.5 million.
Ooh, wow.
Top Silicon Valley investors.
And is it a safe note?
It is a safe note.
What
And
about
what's the cap on the safe note?
10 million.
Guys, I'm ready for an offer.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So am I.
Okay, let's go.
And that's interesting. As Rayshawn and Lori go in, this is very interesting for a number of reasons. Number one, Lori typically doesn't invest in these type of deals. It's things that she kind of understands and feel like she can add value to that she'll typically invest in. So the fact that I don't think she can add a lot of value to this outside of maybe just kind of blasting it on social, I don't think it's interesting that she's going to give an offer to this, but maybe the opportunity is too big. I can see Rayshawn because he's trying to just throw jet fuel on this thing and let this boy go to space. And again, assets under management is interesting because typically if you are a PE shop, which seems like all three of them, or at least two of them come from that finance world. The other one was an engineer. She come from my world in engineering. The assets under management is interesting because you get, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the comment section, typically the manager gets a percentage of the assets under management and something along those lines. But as Mr. Wonderful talked about, you're not necessarily, these are not your assets under management. It's assets under management of the platform. It doesn't equate the same way that it does from a PE or from a PE standpoint. Now the model is interesting. And like I said, man, I think the big play is just follow the politicians, man. We know about these politicians making backdoor trades and getting rich off of them. Hey, if you see a Nancy Pelosi or one of these politicians, buying and selling stock, man, just kind of do what they do, knowing that over the long haul, you are probably going to make money. If I had to, got to make a bet on it. So let's kind of pull it back up and do a little bit of T-ball action. See what Rayshawn and Lori offer is. They may go in together.
Lucy's financial tech company, Parrot.
Laura, you want to come in with me on this one?
I do.
Uh-oh.
I really do. He knows I want to come in because I love ladies like you. And I just want to be there to be the accelerant along with him. So yes, I'm in.
So I know this space like the back of my hand, and you guys solved the magic equation. You've been able to find virality in adding users, not just by spending money on advertising.
Yes.
Now, the first thing you need to understand is seed round valuations, which is what you raised, don't exist. So I know you have this $10 million thing in your head. It's made up. That's not your valuation. That's the cap that it will convert to at some point in the future when folks like Lori and I help you get to the promised land. So you don't have a valuation now. We want to offer you a valuation. So for Lori and I, we'll split $250, but instead of 2.5%, which is a $10 million valuation, we'll do $250 for 10%, which is a $2.5 million valuation. And I'll share all the little tricks of the trade that I learned over 12 years with backing 10 of these fintech companies who did the same thing that you guys are trying to do.
This is your shark.
Thank you so
I want
much.
to throw something out there just to make it more interesting.
No, don't.
So I think
Go away.
there's a reason you put Mr. Wonderful in the presentation. I am the financial services guy. The whole idea is how much share can you get and drive users, but never let a greedy pig steal equity. So I'm saying I'll do the deal.
Turn away from him.
I'll do the deal. I'll make it 7, round 7%.
Uh-oh, he wants it.
What do you want to do?
Lori and Rashawn, thank you so much for your offer. Will you guys go in at $250K for 4%?
How about we go 250K for 7%?
Same thing as Mr. Wonderful.
Can you do 250K for 4% and 2% advisory shares, which brings it to 6%?
I'll do that deal.
She wasn't talking to you.
Uh-oh.
She was talking to us.
I'm happy to
250K, you want to do it?
Yeah,
We'll do it.
we'll do it.
Amazing. There you go. Congratulations, you guys.
That's solid, man.
So much. Super excited
Great
to work
job.
together.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
They look young, but it seems like they dogs. And I say dogs in a great way, ladies.
Lori and Rashawn, and they're the perfect fit for us.
Yeah, I think they're great. They're so aligned with what we want to do, and they know what we want to do.
Yeah.
And they see the vision.
They
and
believe
see
in
what we
us,
believe.
and we're so excited. We got a deal!
And that's crazy because they do look so young, but they're so impressive and accomplished. So, man, shouts out to the ladies. Perfect 1-for-1 so far. Take a look at this website here really quickly. And then let me know what you guys think in the comment section. They're pretty impressive. So partner with us, easy investing backed by professional strategies, mimic top performance strategies, invest. Hey, man, just mimic the politicians. You're going to be all right. So a pretty straightforward website. Pretty straightforward. I wonder if they have a trademark on this. It was a ton of parrots out there, trademarks, but again, it's distinct depending on what is it, as long as you're not using it for the animal. So shouts out to them, man. Pretty straightforward website. I like it. I like it. I like it. Perfect 1-for-1 so far. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. And go check out my interview I did with Tiffany from the chair cover or the chair blanket. She sent me one. It just dropped yesterday on Wednesday, but she sent me one of them. It's over there in the corner. I'm not going to pick it up because I don't want to get up. However, she did send me one phenomenal product. She was on Shark Tank. That's the flyer that came with it. Tiffany, her husband Chris, man, they go getters, man. So go check out that interview. And again, she was on Shark Tank, did get a deal. I think they're making a ton of money on these things as well. So man, start that business and catch you guys on the next one. Let's see if we can go a perfect 2-for-2. Guys, take care. Peace.